Hi there, boys and girls. Build a beautiful, beneficial beetroot bed with Gouda Mafindi. He'll tell you all about it up there. If you do like what he's on about, please comment, like and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. I'm sure you'll enjoy the show. And then hit that notification bell button so you don't miss another exciting episode of growing organic vegetables down in Eden. Alright, take care. I'll catch you in a bit. Go and have a look at our Tony up there. Vitamin B9. Potassium, manganese, iron, folate. These are just some of the beneficial nutrients of the beetroot. Now luckily, I've got some beetroot. And what I want to do with that beetroot is give it the best chance in life. I want big, vigorous, healthy beetroots. You can eat the leaf, you can eat the root. You can eat the lot. Let's crack on. Now here before you are a selection of beautiful beets. We've got the bolt-tardy beetroot, we've got the Cylindra, which is like a cylindrical shape. We've got the Moulin Rouge, a very deep coloured beetroot. We've got the beetroot Detroit 2 there, all cluster planted. Difficult to say when you've only got a false tooth in. But we've got some beets there. We've also got some spinach over there in the same sort of a family. But these are our beets. Now all I need to do with these beets is find a good home for them. Now yesterday we cleared out this bed, got all of the detritus and weeds out of it, and as you can see it's only quite shallow. It's only probably about 6 inches deep, this bed. It's like an old Edwardian style brick lined bed with a liner underneath it. Now we tend to get quite a lot of weed in this area, as you can see. That bed hasn't been touched, that one has, and you can see from that bed there's quite a lot of problems with it, but this one seems to be okay. I'm going to be using both of these beds to grow my beetroot in, but what I'll need to do is I'll need to top that up with some compost and also some other soil based amendments, and just take my tooth out so I can speak properly. Soil-based amendments and feeds. I want vigorous plants, healthy, vigorous plants. So yeah, first of all, we're going to be adding in the compost. I'm going to be putting 3 60-litre bags of compost into there. Some bloodfish and bone, some calcified seaweed, and also some 6X concentrated farmyard manure. Give them the best shot, eh? Let's treat them nice. Treat your veg nice and it'll treat you nice. Now I planted on my dwarf French beans the other day into the pots. Their final growing stations, which are the pots. And I did 8 pots. I'll show you. There's 6 of them. And they're doing fine and dandy. There's another 3 that I just put into the ground there in the Lady Farmer's greenhouse. And in here, we've got another 2. The 2 pots with them in, and that was from the spent potato growing compost that was in here. So we took all that out, and we had some left. We had about 1/4 of it left, which I've just added into the bed there. So I've got these 3 here. We're going to mix those in. We're going to put those in. I've bashed them about a little bit so it's loosened them up. It'll still need a bit of raking through and probably a bit of milling over, but we're going to try and fill this bed, which is about a 3 foot by 6 foot bed, perhaps just over 6 foot. I think it's about 6'6" if I remember rightly, by just over 3 foot, about 1 metre by 2 metres if you like. So we open them all up and chuck it all in like that. Got 3 mounds there. To that we're going to add the calcified seaweed, obviously good for calcium, magnesium. Will help the roots, as will the bone meal that's in there, fish blood and bone as we got there, all the nutrients that you'll need. There's trace elements in the seaweed as well. It's like a coral like seaweed, grows on the bottom of the ocean, calcified seaweed. And then for a nutrient boost in the form of nitrogen, we'll have plenty of 6X going in there as well. So let's do that. We're going to get some amendments into that soil. So what we've done there is we put about 3 handful scoops of each. The bloodfish and bone, the 6X, and the calcified seaweed. into those mounds. So each one of those mounds, 60-litre mounds, has had 3 handfuls of each. It's not an exact rocket science, this, boys and girls. All we need to do now is thoroughly integrate and mix that in together so that it's got an even spread of the feed, of the amendment, throughout the growing medium. And there we go. All mixed in by hand. I put both hands together, rub it all, keep turning it with my hands until it's all mixed in and integrated. That calcified seaweed will break down quite quickly into the soil. It'll disintegrate quite quickly, and it'll amalgamate with the soil, if you like. Same with the bloodfish and bone and the 6X. It's all been thoroughly mixed together, that, by hand. These 2 mitts, constantly rubbing it together, turning it, fluffing it. People asked on the last bed that we did, how do I get it so flat? How do I get it so flat and unbumpy? Well, I mix it all together by hand, then I rake it and tamp it down. But then the easiest thing I've found to get it nice and flat is to use your brush, a yard brush, and just go over it gently. And what you'll find is then you can flatten out the peaks with that, and it gets nice and flat. So there you go. Top tip: use a bristly yard brush like that, and you'll get them like that little billiard tables. But you rub your hands in it, keep working it until you get all the lumps and bumps out as best as you possibly can, and then go over it with that, and then you can get it pretty flat, fill in your divots as you go. Okay, guys. And there we go, ready to receive our beautiful beetroots. Okay, just over half an hour after work, that. And if you do that on a nightly basis, if possible, you'll keep on top. And that's the plan for this year, to do about, altogether really, for each plot, you need to set aside about 8 hours a week, so that's 16 hours altogether. But if you try and get it done in bite-sized chunks, it's always easier, isn't it? Half an hour to an hour every night. And then on the weekend, obviously, we're going to spend a full day down here. It's like 10 hours during the week. On the weekend, rather. To keep on top of it. That one's being done next. And then on the weekend, that's when we're going to be planting them out. Those beets. I want to get them in the ground. And it's right at that point that the battery died on the phone. So there we go. Take care of yourselves and each other. Remember, we love you all. You're beautiful, fragrant and fantastic if you're a lady. You're masculine, forthright and virile if you're a gentleman. And if you're something in between, you're something in between. And remember, you are what you are. You're just as God made you. As long as you're a nice person, that's all that counts. Alright? See you next time, boys and girls. Keep growing with your heads down. Guru Mafinda, signing out. Bye-bye.